to get back to basics on how we're going to deal with inflation and other issues, and telling it in a much more simple way, talking about our accomplishments. But look, it isn't going to get fixed overnight. And right now, the president of the United States is Donald Trump. Republicans are in control of Congress. They're currently in recess rather than doing anything about inflation. Donald Trump was in front of the White House today claiming that he's crushed inflation, which is objectively false. If you were celebrating over the 4th of July right now, you had record beef prices.
Do you know what the inflation
rate
is?
Yeah, it's like about 3 or 4%.
No, it's below 3. And it's been a long time since it's gotten there. You're looking at 2.5% inflation now.
Donald Trump promised to make grocery prices go down.
Let's jump straight into the latest chapter of political drama. Former President Donald Trump and the Democrats are once again at odds, this time over a hot-button issue: inflation. Trump's been out on the campaign trail, touting his record, and declaring himself the inflation-fighting champ. But not so fast. A Democratic advisor is stepping in to challenge that narrative and disrupt the tidy tale Trump's been telling.
Make housing prices go down on day one. We're 6 months in.
Prices have definitely come down. They could go down more. I'll give you that. I'll give you that.
They haven't come down. Inflation's still going up, and it's rising according to the latest stats.
It's just not. That's not the case. Inflation has come down. Inflation, by nature, is growth in prices, but the growth is slow.
Here's the thing. You want to talk about where the Democratic Party's gone wrong? Is that we spent the last couple of years telling people that the economy was good when it wasn't.
All right. So how do you solve inflation?
What's
the Democrat pitch?
Well, right now we're going to have to work with companies to try to get these prices down. And the first thing that I would do is stop this idiotic tariff war that's driving all the prices up.
Matt?
They had 4 years. Remember, they had 4 years, okay? Donald Trump has been president since the dawn of time. They had 4 years. They called it transitory. They didn't give a darn about it. They totally denied reality for 4 years. And actually, if you don't believe me, Democrats got embarrassed yesterday on X because they posted a chart that showed how low inflation was during the Trump years and how it skyrocketed during the Biden years, and they thought it was some sort of proof point. Again, they had 4 years to keep in control.
That there was a global inflationary crisis.
And finally, oh yeah, here we go again. Again,
Democrats didn't do enough to address it, but it's worse now than it was when Donald Trump took over 6 months ago.
And here you go. Now it's our turn.
You're not going to be able to gaslight the American people into believing that the economy is strong when it isn't.
All right. We'll let everybody go do their homework.
Things took a dramatic turn when Democrats attempted to discredit Trump's economic record, only to end up undercutting their own message. The spotlight fell on Mike Nellis, a former advisor to Vice President Kamala Harris, who appeared on Fox News ready to dismantle Trump's claims about taming inflation. He spoke with confidence and came armed with talking points until he was asked to state the current inflation rate. What followed was an on-air stumble that left him floundering, unable to recall the most basic statistic. The moment was a public misfire, especially for someone trying to counter a narrative with objective facts. But the damage didn't stop there. On social media, Democrats shared a chart intended to highlight their fight against inflation, yet the visual, accidentally, reinforced Trump's record instead, showing stable prices during his term followed by a steep rise under Biden. The irony was glaring, and it pointed to a broader issue. In their eagerness to reshape the narrative, Democrats are increasingly tripping over their own messaging, from early claims that inflation was transitory to finger-pointing at global events and corporations. The shifting blame game is beginning to wear thin, and the public is.
So the Democrats thought they would highlight that Donald Trump has not brought prices down immediately. So they put out a graph and put on social media this that says basically Donald Trump has raised prices since he took over. The problem is the graph tells a different story.
So it's not to mention that they couldn't read the graph, but it's something deeper than that. If you're an average day American, even if you're the person that posted this, you don't go to the grocery store, you can't tell the difference between the egg prices under Joe Biden versus that. You should be able to look at your own personal experience before you post that graph.
They were saying that all of these prices have gone up in 2025. That's what the headline read. But when you read the graph, the highest points were during Joe Biden's administration. And so this is the White House's response. You can see they highlighted it in red. When it was the highest, it was under Joe Biden.
Right. So they deleted it off. So obviously,
the Democrats deleted it.
Yeah, obviously an own goal by the Democratic Party. So, like, for example, they say a lot of dairy prices are down, right? Eggs are down 53%, some ridiculously low. But meat is high. Yeah. So the president's got to focus on that. And guess what the president did yesterday? He got Australia to start to buy our beef.
Democrats posted ended up looking more like a political doomsday signal than a victory lap showing inflation spiking dramatically under Joe Biden. while remaining relatively stable during Trump's presidency. The irony was impossible to ignore. It's almost laughable. They thought they were delivering a mic drop moment, only to be undone by their own data. And let's be honest, voters don't need charts to tell them what they already feel in their wallets. People see it on their grocery receipts, in the price of eggs, milk, coffee. These aren't abstract numbers, they're daily realities. When inflation hits, it hits home. The embarrassment didn't stop at the bad optics either. Once the blunder caught fire, Democrats scrambled to do damage control by deleting their posts, but by then, screenshots had already gone viral. The damage was done, and their attempt to undercut Trump only fueled his narrative. It's a textbook case of being too clever by half trying to land a punch, only to trip over your own feet. So what was going through Mike Nellis's mind during that on-air stumble? And how do you think the Democrats missed the red flags on their own chart? Drop your thoughts in the comments side. Love to hear your take on this political face.
To get back to basics on how we're going to deal with inflation and other issues, and telling it in a much more simple way, talking about our accomplishments. But look, it isn't going to get fixed overnight. And right now, the President of the United States is Donald Trump. Republicans are in control of Congress. They're currently in recess rather than doing anything about inflation. Donald Trump was in front of the White House today claiming that he's crushed inflation, which is objectively false. If you were celebrating over the 4th of July right now, you had record beef prices,
Do you know what
record
the inflation rate
prices.
is?
Yeah, it's like about 3-4%.
No, it's below 3. And it's been a long time since it's gotten there. You're looking at 2.5% inflation now.
Donald Trump promised to make grocery prices go down on.
Let's jump straight into the latest chapter of political drama. Former President Donald Trump and the Democrats are once again at odds, this time over a hot-button issue: inflation. Trump's been out on the campaign trail, touting his record, and declaring himself the inflation-fighting champ. But not so fast. A Democratic advisor is stepping in to challenge that narrative and disrupt the tidy tale Trump's been telling.